Hello, everyone in here, out there. Welcome to the big show. I'm your host, Jerk, and how's everybody doing? It has been a minute since we've seen all of you, but I have to admit, it is great to see all your smiling faces out there, and I know why you're happy. It's because this patch has brought in a lot of stuff. And a lot of stuff means new guests to bring on the big show, so we got someone brand new for you today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Talk About Town, a spry up-and-comer, the Tech Tree Tier 7 Pan-Asian Cruiser. Give it up for Harbin. Pan-Asian Cruisers, Jerk. Didn't you say this was a line no one wanted? Yes, I did, and I love being proved wrong. You know, I hate to say it, but maybe, just maybe, WG knows this game better than us. Nah, that's impossible. But here we are, in the Tier 7 ship of the line that our gracious overlords gave me, along with the rest of the line, but you won't be seeing any of them anytime soon, I doubt. And I stand here before you today to say, man oh man, was I wrong, and these ships are F-U-N. Fun in the sun. And how can they not be? Look at the camo that's on this thing. It is sexy AF, and this ship is DTF. Down to flood, because that is what these battle boats do. But before we dive into that, let me get the old commander and modules up on the big screen, and we have the new guy and mglw'nafh Swirsky. Alright, so what is the deal with these battle boats? These battle boats answer the question, what if destroyers had citadels? Or in other terms, a ship line not for the faint at heart. This is a hold on to your butt, because if you get spotted, there's a very good chance you are about to be sunk ship line. You either finish with full health, or you're probably not finishing at all. You've got destroyer caliber guns, 130 millimeters on Harbin here, and you've got destroyer levels of armor, but with just enough thickness to arm everything. And you've got destroyer levels of torpedoes, all of that wrapped up in not incredibly long-range guns and pretty good detection. So if you put that in a cooking pan, set the undo to 400, out pops a high-skill floor, high-skill ceiling ship line. And when you've got way too many tens of thousands of battles in this game, that is a recipe for a good time. Well, a good time for you, but a bad time for anyone who doesn't have radar, or at the very least, sonar. And if we were to use our heads for something other than a hat rack, we know that means battleships. Yes, the most prevalent class in the game, who, despite having the biggest heals, the largest health pool, the best armor, and the hardest hitting guns, still manage to think that they are somehow a weak class. Well, now you've got another thing to complain to Uncle Ouija about, because these ships do really, really good with high battleship count matches, and do really bad with high cruiser count matches. The former accounting for roughly 90% of the games, and the latter, what, maybe 5%? Because if there is nothing out there to spot you, there is nothing out there to stop you. Stop you from dropping 24 very stealthy torpedoes using the torpedo reload booster. But just wait until, say, Zhang, where they will be dropping 32 torpedoes, well over 500,000 in potential damage in those spreads. And I've already told you the solution. It's a heavy cruiser. I mean, look at the health pool on this ship. It's 26,000. There are cruisers at tier 4 that can one-shot this. But I know it is just so much easier for someone else to do what needs to be done rather than you. And when no one is willing to do that, well, just complain. Complain that everything needs nerfed and you need buffed. Complain about RNG. Complain about overpins. Complain about HE spam. Complain, rather than actually do anything about it. But I don't think all of that hot air is going to make any impact. This line, as I said earlier, is here as a direct counter to high battleship count matches. Would I ever use these in a competitive mode? Probably not. You don't have enough utility or HP, but in standard battles, thank you, sir, may I have another? Yes, I will, because high risk and high reward. I'm sure most of you have seen T-Bull's world damage record game in this ship, and while I won't be topping it in this particular battle, I don't think, you will just have to believe me when I say I've had more 200,000 plus damage games than I've had under 100,000 damage games. But damage isn't everything, so I will add that in matches with 4 or more battleships. I am averaging just about 2,200 base XP, not counting the win bonus, and in matches with 3 or less battleships, I am closer to 1,500 base XP. So how do you play these ships? Well, I have been playing them like destroyers. I'm all spec'd out for concealment if I can. I use my guns if I can't. I don't. I spot, I cap, and I screen for torps, and that's what you've seen me doing here. My initial plan was to get on the cap, but this absolute mad lad in the mines ruined my party. At that point, I got in smoke and torped the battleships that pushed me before retreating, and here we are again, positioning ourselves to help rid our friendlies of these ne'er-do-wells before getting back on this cap and actually getting to cap this. And right here, I think we're going to pick up the third one. I believe it's actually this shot that's in the air. No, that's right. Secondaries do it. But if you look over, my friendly Bismarck here is going to say that they are spotted. And that tells me exactly where this destroyer is in front of them, right? Because I'm not spotted, they are. That means they're coming on to A. So I am pushing A right now. And while it's true, I don't have Hydro, these ships are agile enough that you can probably dodge just about any torp short of, I don't know, maybe like some super duper fast ones or perhaps some of those stealth Russian torpedoes. But right here, I'm not particularly concerned because I know that this is the Jervis actually down here, and Jervis torpedoes, well, they are fairly noticeable, or noticeable enough, I should say, in this ship. And so right here, I'm getting on here. I'm not getting into their hydro range, but I know I'm close enough that once their 30-second smoke is gone, I will be able to spot them. So we're just going to park here and wait. You know, it's no rush. Now, I am on twisting track, so I don't want to completely stop. I need to have a little momentum in my boat, so in case there are torpedoes, you know, I can accelerate to dodge them. But I'm pretty much just here waiting, right? Like, their smoke screen's gonna disappear, and then what? You know, it's not like I really have to worry about them gunning me down. I mean, I guess probably, actually, now that I think about it, Destroyer AP could definitely hit the Citadel on these ships. But as it were, you know, there's the Jervis. They're shooting HE, and I, of course, put out that one fire, and wouldn't you know it, in their last salvo, they're going to get another fire on me. Because that's just the way it works. Well, anyway, that's all fine and dandy. We just need to cap now and reposition back towards the center of the map. We're sitting on 3 ships sunk right now, and I'm looking at the layout of my team, right? So the layout of my team, they are on the majority on the south side of the map, and if you've been here any time, you know I'm going to go where my team isn't, and that means I'm going to go to the north side of the map and set up a broadside crossfire on this Monarch. And can I just take a moment to mention how nice it would be if we had the PC aiming style system right here? Like, I can't tell on the mini-map where I am aiming. I know where I want to be aiming, but without having a dot on the mini-map to show where my guns are, I have no idea where those shells are going to go. It's absolutely infuriating when ships are going away from you, or I guess coming towards you, but more so going away from you, because I don't know how the auto aim and how the dispersion model works at those ranges. Anywho, as I mentioned before, these are 130 millimeter guns. You know, the AP works. I wouldn't say that it is particularly the best, but same as a destroyer, if I were at this range, I'd be shooting AP because I have the broadside, and I know I can get pins with this, And as such, we are going to pick up the 4th ship right there, and I was thinking, holy moly, guacamole. How is this Hayate spotted? My guess is that I think our friendly Bismarck has their hydro on. I'm guessing that's what it was. And if that's the case, I gotta give some props to this Bismarck. You know, they communicated really well with me. They told me when they were spotted, which told me where the destroyer was. And if this is in fact their hydro, which I think it is, that's an excellent use to recognize that I am pushing one way and that they can push on the other. Very smart. There's the Kraken, 459 in the Harbin. So props to that Bismarck for making that possible. So yeah, there you have it. High caliber, Confederate, and a Kraken. Anywho, this match is essentially over. I think I squeak out a couple more thousand damage, but we don't need to sit around here and watch that. So let's go ahead and cut to the scoreboard. Drum roll, please. 3,501 XP for a very good game, and a GG to everyone involved. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you are looking forward to trying out this line, give this video a like. If you will be petitioning Ouija for a battleship only mode at this point, give the video a dislike. Questions, comments, leave them down below. And if you want to be there for whoever we have on next, and I know who it is that you want, think about hitting subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there for another one, and we will talk then.